Good morning, Pokefans. Happy Tuesday. This is video number 2, so if you haven't seen video number 1, go ahead and click that one over there. But hello. My name is Matt. Welcome to Season 9, where we climb the ranked ladder to the Master Ball tier using a team that we built from scratch. Now, if you haven't seen the first video, I'm going to give you a brief team rundown right now. Here is the team. It's still hyper offensive trick room using, but I do use and utilize a lot more priorities than I should realistically use. However, I do still have my trick room stopper, which may change later on during the season. We'll see and how it depends. And I only have 2 people that can protect ever. That's funny. I want more people that can protect on my team, but instead I'm using Dragonite extreme speed nonsense with Chien Pao, because why not? Chien Pao is really good. So we're gonna see if this team really does really well. I know it's really skimmy, trust me. Okay, Chien Pao to Sucker Punch, Sacred Swords, Ice Spinner, and Protect. Get rid of the terrain as well as other things. Our Trick Room Stopper, Fluttermane, still using Imprison, Trick Room, Moonblast, and Shadow Ball. Iron Hands, who's new to the season, is Assault Vested. I believe he is impish nature. He's special at defense up, special attack down. I don't know which nature that is, but his EV set is all over the place to make sure that his defense and special defenses are equal to somewhat, but his special defense is going to be higher due to the assault vest. He's a fake outer, knows how to get HP back, so his stab moves are Drain Punch and Thunder Punch. I do not use Wild Charge just because of the recoil, but otherwise it's a really good move. And Heavy Slam just to knock out a majority of other Pokemon. We're using Urshifu again just because, you know, I like Urshifu. We're not using Regieleki this time. He seemed a little off, and that could be just because of how I used him, but he's just a little off. Dragonites, who is new to the season. He was in another season before, but I decided to not use him because he was teamed up with Indeedee and I was an idiot and didn't use him correctly. So there's that. And then Tornadus with Tailwind, Taunt, and Bleakwind still, but we could change that to something else later on during the season. We don't know. This is season 9. We're going to walk into our next match and see what happens after that. So yeah, I know it's a terrible breakdown. It's not terrible, but it's a really fast way of breaking down the team. It's going to be really interesting. We'll see how the season goes. But before we get into our first match, don't forget to do the YouTube things by liking, commenting, and subscribing. Do it. It's August. We're going to try to hit our goal of 400. We're still really close, and then we'll increase it to like 450 after that. We'll just go up by 50 every time, or even numbers. Is 450 even? 400 is. Anyway, we'll keep it going. So like the video if you like it, dislike it if you didn't, subscribe if you're new, and comment down below. I do reply to any and all comments. Now let's get into our first match of 5 for the day. Let's go. All right, our first match is here. We've got Lilligant, Torkoal, Indeedee, Hatterene, Glacier or something, and Iron Hands. So Trick Room team right off the bat. What do we need to do here? We need to knock out Lilligant and Torkoal, but we need to do it in a way that it makes sense, because Indeedee is now going to be on the field and Indeedee is going to control priority for us. So we need to play this correctly from here on out. We will bring out okay, so if Hatterene does come out now, we do need to do a lot of damage right away. So we're going to be realistically faster. So we could do, how do we want to do this? Urshifu, Chien Pao, Fluttermane, and Iron Hands. We'll go with these 4. Because I want to be able to have a way to be able to knock out that their Pokemon, and I don't want to be stuck in a way to where I don't have a way out, if that makes sense. I'm faster than most Pokemon on that team except for Lilligant, and I just have to make sure I don't get knocked out. Okay, Second Surge ends up for Indeedee, which is totally fine. So no priority moves can be used right now. So I'm going to Surging Strikes into Hatterene. And I'm going to Sacred Sword into Ice Spinner into Indeedee. Follow Me goes off. Totally fine. Ice Spinner will now go off, which is going to remove the Psychic Terrain. Ba-ba-da. Rocky Helmet does a little bit of damage to Chien-Pao. And we'll do a little bit of damage to Urshifu as well. 2 hits will go off. And here comes the Trick Room. Yep, there it is. Yeah, they sent out Iron Hands. Ooh, it's shiny. Swap out to Flutter Mane, and I'm gonna protect. And we'll see what happens. Booster Energy now goes off. Protect the Chien-Pao. Dazzling Gleam. Yep, it's not going to hurt the Chien-Pao. And it will hurt the Flutter Mane quite a bit. It will not knock it out though, but gets pretty close. And it's got Life Orb. Gotcha. Swords Dance on the Iron Hands. Okay, I'm going to try to... Well, Iron Hands is going to attack, so I think Flutter Mane is done here. I'll try it. I was a turn late, so I couldn't really do anything about it. But I'm going to Sucker Punch into the Hatterene. Doesn't knock it out. Gets pretty close, though. Psychic will knock out Flutter Mane, though. With the Life Orb on it, it's going to do a little bit of the recoil. Drain Punch. Knock out Chien-Pao. I knew it was going to be Trick Room, but it's like I couldn't do anything about it just because of the fact of Dragonite can't affect people that are touching the ground at the time. So he'd be locked into a slot that I couldn't really do anything for. We're going to Heavy Slam into... Should I Heavy Slam? I mean, Fake Out would be best right now. Yeah, Fake Out into Iron Hands. Terra Water. Close Combat. Or not Close Combat, but Aqua Jet. We'll see if that goes. See if that goes. Iron Hands will protect, which is totally fine, because I was going to Fake Out into that slot anyway. Aqua Jet into the Hatterene, which I'm hoping will knock it out. Does. Good job. Glasteria. Okay, Heavy Slam and Drain Punch will do a lot of damage, which I'm going to do that, and I'm going to protect with Urshifu. They're going to Terra. It's going to be for the Glasteria. Changed its typing so it doesn't get affected, so it's water now. That's totally dope. I'm okay with that. That would be like a really good candidate for a Trick Room user. Stompy Tantrum goes right into Iron Hands. Wild Charge will go into my protected Urshifu. And here comes Drain Punch. It's 100. Is that going to be enough? Oh, Twisted Dimensions return to normal, you say? I was just about to check that. So he's got a +2 to his attack. Thunder Punch to Glasteria. And Surging Strikes. I don't want to lower Surging Strikes to Iron Hands. So there you go. 1. It's not going to knock him out, but it's going to get pretty close. Berry? No, that would have procced already. Thunder Punch. Blaster doesn't knock him out. Gets pretty close though, and leaves him with the paralyze. Come on, Wild Charge goes right into Urshifu, which is going to knock him out, unfortunately. And what does Glasteria do? Iron Hands hit with recoil. Stomping Tantrum, which is going to not knock out Iron Hands. Gets pretty close though. Oh. I will Drain Punch the Glasteria. It's not going to do a whole lot, but I had to hit him over Iron Hands, even though I could have hit the other Iron Hands, knocked him out, and maybe got the potential paralyze, which would have possibly helped me, but it does not. But that's okay. Not bad for our first match with the new team. Alrighty, we've got Fluttermane, Tornadus, Chien-Pao, Dragonite, Ursaluna, and Cresselia. So a mixture of a team that dude, Trick Room's all over the place. Okay, so this is gonna be very, very interesting because we do have the same tech that we could use over and over and over again, which is amazing, by the way. They're not going to set up Trick Room, but it would be benefit for them to set up Trick Room for Ursaluna, especially after seeing my team of knockouts here. But they also see that I have Dragonite, Chien-Pao, which they're most likely going to have as well. And I almost copied their team straight word for word, except for I have Urshifu and Iron Hands, and they don't. So, we'll walk in with Tornadus, Iron Hands, Dragonite, and Chien-Pao. That's who we'll walk in with. We'll walk in with those 4 to see what happens. All this week, we're just trying to figure out what's a good open for our team and see which is more beneficial for us later on down the line. And that's what we're really looking towards, because I don't know. Cresselia and Ursaluna come up versus Iron Hands and Tornadus. Okay, so I want to taunt the Cresselia. And then I want to Drain Punch the Ursaluna, but I also have to Fake Out first. So I'm going to Fake Out. Wait, do I want to do that? Yes. I'm going to Fake Out and taunt, just in case. Fell for the taunt. There we go. That's what I wanted to try to prevent the mental herb. Earthquake from Ursaluna isn't going to do anything to Cresselia or Tornadus. It will do a little bit to Iron Hands, but not enough to knock him out. Taunt the Cresselia again, and we will... What do I have in the back? I have Dragonite. I could swap out immediately. I think that's the call. Iron Hands is in danger here. And I'm gonna taunt the Cresselia, so it's not gonna do a whole lot. Moonblast. And to the Dragonite, which is gonna pop the multi-scale. And the special attack fell. Facade over into Tornadus, which is gonna knock him out, unfortunately, but that's okay. Because Cresselia can't buff anymore. Let's see how this combo works on my side of the field, shall we? We are going to Ice Spinner into Ursaluna. And we're Terra, normal, extreme speed. Into Cresselia. Withdrew Cresselia. That's good. They sent out their own Tornadus. Shiny. They need to retreat Cresselia anyway, just so that they can shake off that taunt. But they also didn't get off Trick Room. Ursaluna's gonna protect, which is totally fine. Extreme speed. Boom. Oh, that's so powerful. Oh my goodness. Ice Spinner does nothing. Because Ursaluna is protected. Oh my goodness, so powerful. It's like I'm wielding everything from the dark side. This is Fluttermane. With the boost. And special attack was heightened. They haven't terra'd yet. So I'm going to Ice Spinner into Fluttermane, and I'm going to Extreme Speed into the Ursaluna, which may or may not knock him out now. Does not, but it gets really close. Here comes the attack into Fluttermane, and it's going to knock it out. Goodbye, which is who I was afraid of in the first place. Like, I should be afraid of Ursaluna too. But Chien-Pao could survive, and Dragonite can't, but that's okay. I had to make a choice to either knock out the Ursaluna or the Fluttermane, and I chose the Fluttermane. Fluttermane was going to use anything, really, to knock it out. It's going to be really, really hard. No, it's no longer taunted anymore, but that's totally fine, because I'm just going to Ice Spinner into the Ursaluna. Actually, it's going to protect this turn. So, Sacred Sword. I mean, it has to protect this turn. It has to. I'm going to Ice Spinner into that, and I'm going to... Oh, man. I mean, again, it has to, right? I'm going to Ice Spinner into that slot. I'm going to fake out Cresselia, because it's going to activate Trick Room again. Yes. See, like, I knew it. I knew it was going to protect. Fake out Cresselia. Does a little bit of damage. Doesn't really matter. It just stops her from attacking, and that's all that really matters. To me, that's all that really mattered. I just needed to make sure that she didn't attack. And Ursaluna now burns down. He's even further into the hole. I'm going to Ice Spinner into the Cresselia now, and I'm just going to Drain Punch into the Ursaluna. I think I'm faster than Ursaluna. I don't have any negative speed investment in my Iron Hands. I like to keep all my Pokemon at like hyper trained. So 31 all the way through. Just for like times like this, so like it's optimal to have it like negative or 0 speed investment, but I just like having everyone above just in case of stuff like this does happen. Moonblast, so Cresselia will attack first, which is totally fine. Question is, do I attack before Ursaluna? And I do. Very little. But that is a special attacker, and I've got Assault Vest, so I'm hoping that I'll survive next turn. We'll see. But it's down to 1 Pokemon each. Yeah, why not? Thunder Punch. It's a stab. Moonblast. Oh yeah, I'm totally fine. Thunder Punch. And they're paralyzed. Oh my god. You gotta be kidding me. Thunder Punch again, let's go. That's so stupid. Oh my god. I don't feel like I should have won that. I probably should have got hit at least one more time, but I'm just coming up clutch with these paralyzed. Dang. All right, next match is up. We've got Alolan Muck, Scovillian, Grimmsnarl, Flamingo or something like that. Espeon and Sylveon. Interesting Pokemon here. So, question is, who do we bring up first? What is Alolan Muck? I don't remember. Oh, there goes my RGB stuff. Okay, that's fine. I want to say like Iron Hands would be really good here. I would be able to. No, Spirit Break is gonna be really damning here. Tornadus, Fluttermane, Yanpao, and Dragonite. Let's go with this team again. Let's go with that. I'm gonna figure out why my keyboard and stuff just stopped working. I have light up stuff for my computer, and sometimes the mouse, the keyboard, and the RAM sticks like just to turn off. It's weird. Can't rate those, but it's gonna be Grimmsnarl and Alolan Muck. I think Muck is poison first and foremost. I don't know about his other typing though, but we're gonna taunt the Muck, and I'm going to. I have Dragonite in the team, so if I want to, Terra normal extreme speed, I can't click that for now. But I am going to hit Grimmsnarl with a Moonblast to the face. IQ, why aren't you working? Didn't you have like an update or something like that? Latest version here. How about check for updates? Oh, cool. All right, so it's downloading the update. Alolan Muck will Terra Fire, which is totally cool. I'm okay with that. Taunt, so no minimized boldness. Light Screen will come from Grimmsnarl, which is going to lower down special moves, which is totally fine. Moonblast, bam. Does not one hit KO, but it gets really close. And I lower its special attack. Let's go. Knockoff. Okay. I mean, Fluttermane doesn't have an item, but that's totally cool for you if that's what you want to do. Tailwind next. And yeah, we'll just knock out the Grimmsnarl. At this point, I don't think it really matters. Right? I don't think it really matters. One or more. Okay, restart now. Cool. Tailwind goes off. Yes! And I got my keyboard stuff back. That's dope. Parting Shot, minus the 1, but it now disappears from the field, and the next Pokemon that comes in is going to get hit by the Moonblast. Now it is going to be minus 1, so it is quite a bit of a drop there. But it is Scovillian. Moonblast, boom. Does nothing. Knock off. knocks off Covert Cloak from Tornadus. Moody kicks in and lowers or ups its speed but lowers defenses. Okay. Now we're activate Bleak Wind, and I'm gonna swap. Yeah, I'll swap to Dragonite. I think that's a good call. I think that's a good call from there. I think Fluttermane's kind of served its purpose. I don't think it's going to really do a whole lot anymore. Muck is under taunt, so it can't like minimize, which is technically what it wants to do. It wants to minimize to raise its evasion and then get the effects of the Scovillain with its Moody ability, because like its alchemy or whatever takes that ability and uses it as its own. Scovillain will almost get knocked out by Bleak Wind, but it will miss the Muck. I lowered down Scovillain's speed, and it uses Overheat on Dragonite, which does nothing. But its a special attack will harshly fall. Knockoff will then hit Tornadus, but doesn't knock off, or it doesn't knock off an item, but it will shake off the taunt. We're not going to play this game because we're just going to immediately switch it to Chien Pao just to kind of go Stomping Tantrum to the Muck. Yes, we will do that 100%. It locks him into Stomping Tantrum, but that's okay. We still have Fluttermane in the back that we could swap out to. We still have Tornadus that we could swap out to, so if we need him, we could swap him out to a different tech. But here comes Dragonite with a Rage Powder. Good call. Stomping Tantrum will go to that slot instead, which then will cause him to get fainted, and then he absorbs that ability. Power of Alchemy, Moody. Knockoff. It's gonna take off Focus Sash. So defense sharply rose and speed fell. So 2 stage up for one, and then 1 stage down for another. Grimmsnarl comes back out. And we will Ice Spinner into Grimmsnarl. And we will Terra Normal Stomping Tantrum. Right into the Dragonites. Now Grimmsnarl might get off Reflect here. He's probably going to. Nope, Fake Out. It's totally fine. Ice Spinner into that slot. So he stops me from hitting Muck, which is totally fine. Drain Punch in the Chien Pao, which is going to knock him out. Tailwind's now gone. Moody kicks in. Raise special attack, but drops speed. We'll bring in Fluttermane now. Flamingo is now going to copy the stat changes of Muck. But I'm going to Stomping Tantrum into the Muck slot and then Moonblast into the Flamingo slot, which is that it's weak against fairy moves? What is Flamingo? This is dark type? No? Must be fighting. Gets him pretty far down, but doesn't knock him out, but he will use a berry, Citrus Berry to be specific, to go back up to half. Stomping Tantrum. Now, goes right into the yellow and Muck, does a lot of damage. Brave Bird will now go into Fluttermane, which will knock him out. And what will Muck do? Is it Drain Punch? Damage by recoil. Drain Punch into the Dragonite. It's about, it's a considerable amount of damage, but is it enough to get it back up to full health? No, absolutely not. But it does have Black Sludge. Oh, leftovers, okay. Oh, well, yeah, it's Terrifier. It wouldn't have Black Sludge. That makes sense. Would not need or require Black Sludge. That's fair. Okay, and we're just gonna go ahead and just do Bleak Wind and then Stomping Tantrum against that slot and hope for the best. Its speed was down when Co-Star went off, so I'm gonna be faster than the Muck, especially that Pokemon over there. So we'll see. We'll see. Bleak Wind hits both, knocks out Flamingo. Drops the speed on the Muck, so it makes it even worse for wear. And here comes Stomping Tantrum right into that Muck. Boom. Knocks him out. Whoo, my man Dragonite pulling in some work today. Let's go. That Muck combo though, that's tearing up like games. All right, next match, we've got Serena, Urshifu, Heatran, Fluttermane, Regidrago, that's cool, and Murkrow. All right, so this is going to be very interesting, guys. Serena with Queenly Majesty prevents priority moves being used against your Pokemon. So it's just like Farafrig, but not Farafrig. And I think she's faster, so there's that. What am I gonna do? I do have ways to deal with that side of the field. I'm just not sure how I'm supposed to do it. So I think we'll get set up with Tornadus, Fluttermane. I kind of want to bring in Iron Hands, but with the Serena being there, it's probably gonna be really, really hard. We'll bring in Chien Pao, and I think the last Pokemon I'll bring in is going to be Urshifu. Again, Queenly Majesty prevents priority moves. And, oh, I could, I do have access to a ground type move, so I don't have to. Okay, why not? We'll do it. We'll bring in the floor again. We'll leave Iron Hands and Urshifu in the back, and we'll bring in this team. We don't really need anyone to like really realistically use Fake Out because there's like not a lot of setup on their side of the field being used. So in that case, I think we'll be okay for the most part. But here comes Serena and Murkrow against Tornadus and Fluttermane. I'm okay with this outcome, because Serena's grass type, and I can go Tailwind on my side and just go straight into the Moonblast and the Murkrow. They're gonna Terra, and it's gonna be the Serena. That makes sense. It is, and it's Fire. All right, all right. I'm okay with that as well. Tailwind goes off. Murkrow. There you go. Okay, I was like, Murkrow, what are you doing? Tailwind will go off on Murkrow. Moonblast. Boop. Knocks it out. And Bullet Seed. Are you loaded dice? I mean, it's gonna knock out this Fluttermane. There's no way that I can save it. Like I said, there's no way that I could save it, so I'm just gonna let it go. But I'm gonna bring out Dragonite now. And they're gonna bring out their Fluttermane. Okay. And it's going to get a speed in special attack. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and get set up maybe for the next turn. We'll do Bleak Wind just in case if it does, what is it? We'll do Bleak Wind in case if it is sashed. And I will Terra Normal, Stomping Tantrum, Serena. Now it's probably going to be thinking I'm going to click Extreme Speed, not thinking that that is a Queenly Majesty. I mean, it could be something else, obviously, but I for sure know that that's what it's going to be. Helping Hand will go into the Flutter Mane. I was going to say I have Tailwind, but they also have Tailwind. Bleak Wind will not hit both, and it will not knock out the Serena, but it does break the sash on both Pokemon. Here comes Stomping Tantrum, which is going to knock out the Serena next. Boop! Now, the thing is, that is a fast Flutter Mane. That is extremely a fast Flutter Mane. What's the 2 more turns on Tailwind on both teams? They've got special attack. So I'll just set up for the next turn and Rain Dance and Stomping Tantrum the Flutter Mane. Dragonite will survive. Good for you. Regidrago is slower, so I don't have anything to fear. What? How is he faster than Dragonite? I have Tailwind, and he's genuinely faster than Regidrago. Like, genuinely faster. That's interesting. That is really interesting. Okay. I'm paying attention. How is he faster? I'm going to figure that out after this match. We're going to Sucker Punch into that slot. Oh, it's really, really interesting. How fast is Regidrago? Is he scarfed? I mean, he has to be, right? They're going to protect, which is totally fine. Sucker Punch does nothing. Ooh. Sash will save him. But Draco Meteor does a lot. But that Draco Power, that thing that he did, made it so that he did a lot of damage. It's pretty much Eruption, but for dragons. And he's the only one that gets it so far. I mean, this match is over. I wish I could have pulled this one out. Sucker Punch into the Flutter Mane. But I kind of want to know why he was able to outspeed me. Dragon Energy goes right into that slot. It's really cool. I'm glad that he's seen play. So Regidrago's base speed is 80. Dragonite's is it's a speed tie. Oh, interesting. Never mind. It's a speed tie. He just won by a speed tie. All right, and our final match is ready to go. We've got, I can't remember his name right now. Greninja, that's it. Greninja, Tyranitar, Houndstone, Water Tauros, Iron Bundle, and that Sand Palossand or something like that. I think that's what its name is. It's a very interesting team comp, to say the least. I'm kind of like tempted to just walking in with like Chien-Pao and Dragonite and just going for it, but I don't think that's the play here. We'll come in with Tornadus, maybe Urshifu. I mean, the Iron Bundle is kind of a problem. Well, it's not going to be a problem, is it? Maybe not. Probably not. Tornadus, Flutter Mane, Last Respects from Houndstone is what I could also be worried about. Dragonite and Chien-Pao. We'll leave Urshifu and Iron Hands in the back. Iron Hands wouldn't do well against T-Tar. It would do really well against like the Water Tauros. in the Iron Bundle and maybe the Palossand, but I doubt it. But I think this is a Last Respect build, really. So Last Respect is going to do more damage for every Pokemon that's knocked out. And so that's what I think it is. So Palossand and Grimmsnarl comes out, not Grimmsnarl, but Greninja comes out on their side of the field. And I open up with Fluttermane and Tornadus. So I don't know what the Palossand is going to do. So I'm just going to get set up with Tailwind on my side. Shadow Ball. Is it both of it? Oh, it's either one or the other. I think Greninja is probably going to be like the most annoying one to deal with, so I'm going to take him out first. Or at least attack him first, I should say. He does have a priority move called Water Shuriken that hits 2 to 5 times. So it might knock out the Fluttermane here. I don't think so, but it's worth a try. I don't know what the Palossand's going to do though. Okay, calls him back. And it's T-Tar. Activate Sandstream. Terra. And it's going to be Greninja. Ghost. Okay. Tailwind goes off. Moonblast into that slot. Oh, it almost barely knocks, or doesn't knock him out. Terra Blast goes right into Fluttermane, I think. Yep. It's super effective, which is going to knock her out. Totally fine with that. Now this puts me in like a really precarious situation because I have to... Oh, no. The Sandstorm goes first. All right, then. I'm not in a situation as I thought I was, which I'm okay with. So I'll bring out Chien-Pao next. I will then use Rain Dance to get rid of the sand. And I'm going to Sucker Punch. Yeah, I'm going to Sucker Punch into the Greninja. Oh, we withdrew it. Misplayed. They called it. Palossand comes out next. That's cool. Withdrew T-Tar. To bring out Houndstone. It's a nice shiny bunch here. Rain Dance. We're going to get rid of the weather here and bring in our own, which is probably why they swapped out T-Tar, because they kind of knew that was going to happen. Bleak Wind, and I'm just going to Ice Spinner into the Palossand. Now they can swap back out and bring out T-Tar and reset the weather. Probably what they're going to do. Yep. This is going to proc the thing. Ice Spinner right into T-Tar. It's not super effective, but it does a lot of damage. Bleak Wind will do a lot of damage as well. Play Rough. Will not take out Chien-Pao, but does pretty close. I mean, the Sash was already going to get popped anyway just because of the Sandstorm. So that's kind of sucks. We can continue playing this Weather War. I'm okay with it. And I'm going to Ice Spinner. We're gonna, yep. We're gonna continue playing this Weather War. I'm okay with it. Again, Palossand will come out next. I'm gonna go straight into that Houndstone though. Ice Spinner. Boom. And Tailwind's gone. Who knows? Maybe that was the strat the entire time. Maybe they were just trying to withdraw, you know, Tailwind. Who knows? But I'm gonna Bleak Wind, and I'm gonna Ice Spinner into the Cloth Sand because he's probably gonna swap out. He does not. He hits him with his own Water Shuriken. Weakness Policy. Oh, okay. All right. So he's maxed out defense now. Ice Spinner will now go into that slot. Boom. Bleak Wind. Which, oh, almost knocked out both of them. Drops the Palossand speed down, but that water thing, that's pretty interesting. Giga Drain doesn't do a whole lot for Qian Pao, but I appreciate the time and energy that you took to do that. Okay, now I'm going to bring out Dragonite. And he'll bring out T-Tar. Sandstone kicked up. I'm going to do Rain Dance so it doesn't pop. It doesn't pop Dragonite's Multiscale. Terra Normal, and I'm just going to go straight. Does this work on both? It does not work on both. Terra Normal. I don't want to Extreme Speed because I don't think has no effect on the sand, so that's not a good idea. Yeah. Terra Normal, Stomping Tantrum into the Palossand, and that sets me up for T-Tar next turn. So he's Ghost. What was that move? That was a really interesting move there. Water Compaction. Every time he's hit by a water move. Oh, neat. So Palossand goes down. That's a really interesting tech. Rock Slide goes in. Does knock out the Tornadus, but that's okay because it does hardly anything to Dragonite. And he can't swap out. I can't swap out. They Terra'd. And yeah, this is the game. I am Choice Banded Dragonite Terra Normal, so Rock Slide isn't going to do a whole lot. Stomping Tantrum right into the T-Tar is going to knock him out. Woo! All right, our first match is ready to go. We've got Rotom Wash, Ursaluna, Arcanine, Golden Go, Fluttermane, and Urshifu. We're not sure which one. This is a weird assortment of Pokemon though. So maybe Fluttermane is the one that sets up Trick Room. I'm not 100% sure, but we'll get kind of set up to where we can deal with that Pokemon indefinitely. So we will set up a Tornadus and get our own Fluttermane. This is a really our team's really offensive. So Arcanine's actually going to hurt us a lot here. And we don't have like Garchomp or anyone with Clear Amulet or Defiance or anything like that. So we're going to be really careful with what we do. We'll bring in Dragonite, and I want to say Urshifu. Urshifu might be really helpful here, but so would Iron Hands. Dragonite's helpful because it's Stomping Tantrum. We might have to take advantage of. Oh no, Golden Go's there, so we'll bring in Qian Pao. We'll probably get some scrutiny if we end up having to go against Golden Go. I can't click Extreme Speed on 2 of the Pokemon, so we're probably not going to focus on that as much, but we'll get an opportunity to really do some damage. I can't read that, but once a former alpha, which means Ursaluna is on the field. So we got Rotom and Ursaluna, which is totally fine. Photosynthesis activates, so we get a boost in speed from Fluttermane. Question is, well, Rain Dance isn't gonna help. Taunt may not help either. Well, Taunt is gonna go against Trick. Trick doesn't work because it's a status move and not an attacking move. So I'm gonna taunt the Rotom first. And I'm gonna Moonblast the Ursaluna. I'm really afraid that that Rotom knows Trick. Here comes Moonblast into that slot. So Rotom does fall for the taunt. Discharge doesn't affect Ursaluna, but does a lot of damage to Tornadus. Oh, it's Disquake. Oh, that's interesting. It's gonna knock out Fluttermane. Does nothing to the Tornadus, which is totally fine, but it's burnt. Interesting. So it's an old style Disquake. I like that. I like that a lot, actually. We need to. We're gonna go into Chien Pao. Bleak Wind. Well, yeah, we'll have to go into Bleak Wind and then Ice Spinner. Secret Sword. Ice Spinner's not gonna hurt. Yeah, Ice Spinner into Ursaluna. That's who we really need to take down, because Earthquake still hurts quite a bit, and even though it's not gonna hurt Tornadus, it will damage but Chien Pao. Okay. Crit on Chien Pao, it'll still live. Tornadus goes down. Bleak Wind missed Rotom. Not a bad Disquake combo, I gotta say myself. It's pretty dope. But now here comes Dragonite. And here comes Fluttermane. Fluttermane with booster energy. And it's get a speed. So I'm going to Terra Normal Extreme Speed into Rotom. And I'm going to Sucker Punch into Fluttermane. Sucker Punch should be able to knock out Fluttermane unless it's a bulkier set, in which that's what a lot of people have been pivoting to, but that booster energy into speed tells me otherwise. So we'll see how it turns out. Extreme Speed will go right into Rotom and it will knock it out one hit. And here comes Sucker Punch right into that, and it does not, but it gets really, really close. Dazzling Gleam will come up next. We'll knock out the Chien Pao, but it will not do anything to the Dragonite, but unfortunately, I can't hit Fluttermane now. So, if this is a Ghost type, I can't do anything to that team. It's not, it's Arcanine. Drops the Intimidate. So, Extreme Speed into Arcanine. Takes it down to half. Dazzling Gleam. Does quite a bit of damage. Flare Blitz. We'll probably finish it up. Yep, there it is. And that recoil should also kick in now. It's like I knew that was going to be a problem as soon as I clicked it. It's like I really want to use other than Extreme Speed, but I didn't activate Tailwind for one, and I knew that Fluttermane was going to outspeed me. All right, next match is ready to go. We've got Typhlosion, Chi-Yu, Chien Pao, Dragonite, Palafin, and Poltegeist. Interesting. How should we deal with this assortment here? So I'm kind of leaning into bringing in Tornadus and maybe Iron Hands, just so that I can have a little bit more flexibility with Chien Pao, maybe Dragonite, and Chi-Yu. I would be able to like take care of Palafin with no problem. I don't really know how to deal with Poltegeist. I think it's got weak armor, so its speed's gonna go up like quite a bit. And Typhlosion's probably gonna be easy enough to take down, but we'll see. Who do I bring in? That's what I'm wondering. Okay, Tornadus, Urshifu, Iron Hands, and Fluttermane. That's who we'll bring in. It's kind of a little bit more of an assortment, but like they've got Chien-Pao and Dragonite, and I think I would be able to win the speed tie if I did like Tailwind and stuff, but I'm hoping that if I fake out, maybe that'll prevent them from doing something. They open with Chien-Pao Dragonite, so that's interesting. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started with Tailwind. I should use my Terra. Yeah, Terra, Tailwind. And I'm gonna go Surging Strikes into Chien-Pao. I don't know what kind of build this Dragonite is. I just have to be very cautious if it's a normal build. So I Terra to Ghost, they Terra next. It's most likely the Dragonite. And it is normal. Okay. Extreme Speed does not work because it doesn't affect Tornadus. Tailwind goes off. And here comes Surging Strikes on the Chien-Pao. 1, 2, and 3. So I took down one of their combos already, so now it's Typhlosion. We're gonna Rain Dance and swap to Fluttermane. Because the other one that it can attack now is Typhlosion, or not Typhlosion, but the Urshifu. Wow. And I swapped to Fluttermane so the Extreme Speed doesn't work. Photosynthesis activates on Fluttermanes for the booster energy. Extreme Speed will go into the Fluttermane. It does not affect it because I'm a ghost. Take that. Rain Dance will come in to lower down Typhlosion's attacks from fire, and it drops it by 50%. Eruption comes in, does literally nothing. It does about half, but still. Bleak Wind will now go on both, and I will Moonblast. Nope. Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball the Typhlosion. They withdrew the Dragonite. It's a good play there. And bring it out Chi-Yu. Lowers down special defenses of all Pokemon. Shadow Ball will now go into Typhlosion. It's a terrible thing that they just did there because now it just really opens up Typhlosion to be knocked out right away. And Chi-Yu can't do anything because it was just swapped into this turn. Come on and bring out that Dragonite now. Are you going to do something else? Or are you going to click Extreme Speed again? All right. So now we're going to go ahead and click Bleak Wind again. Let's see. It does make him neutral, but I'm gonna go off and hit the Dragonite first. Moonblast right into the Dragonite, making him slower, but Bleak Wind will now come in and hit it. And it takes him down to yellow, but it doesn't do anything yet. Lava Plume will go off from Chi-Yu, which is gonna hit everybody. And Aqua Tail will hit the Fluttermane, knocking him out. Now my Tailwind's gone, but I'm not really afraid of that too much. Because now I could come in with Iron Hands. And I can just Bleak Wind and Fake Out. And not worry about it. What are you gonna do? Fake Out, Dragonite, knock him out. Most likely it was choice banded, so it can only use Aqua Tail, which means I'm faster. So there's that. And Bleak Wind, 100% in the rain, gonna knock out Chi. And I defeated my opponent. Let's go. All right, next match is up. We've got Great Tusk, Rotom, Gardevoir, wow, King Gambit, Roaring Moon, and Talonflame. Ooh, this is going to be very, very exciting. So, I think we should open up with Dragonite and Chien-Pao, but I'm probably not going to do that and just leave them in the back. Instead, what I'm going to do is bring in Tornadus. Would it be best if I brought in Iron Hands or maybe Urshifu? I mean, Roaring Moon could be part of the equation. I guess I'm a little afraid of his Great Tusk, because Iron Hands would not do well against Great Tusk, even though he's physically bulk, but Great Tusk is fast. We'll bring in Urshifu, and then in the back, we'll bring in Chien-Pao and Dragonite. I don't really know what Gardevoir is going to do just yet. Gardevoir could be taken out quite easily. It is a Psychic Fairy. It's not like it's invincible, but it's usually meant for like support. So there's that. But King Gambit's a little off-putting, but at the same time, I don't really have to worry about Defiant being activated. So maybe Commander could be it, or Supreme Commander or whatever. Supreme Overlord or whatever, but no one really uses that too much. I mean, you could if you wanted all your Pokemon to get knocked out and you just come in at the very end, but we'll start off with Great Tusk Talonflame, which is totally fine. And I start off with Urshifu and Tornadus. So, first off, we're gonna have to get Tailwind off right away so that we outspeed the Great Tusk. But Talonflame is on the field. I need to get... It's rock. What do I have in the back? Okay. Terra and Surgeon Strikes on the Great Tusk. Now we're tearing Tornadus right away to be Ghost so that we don't take Rockfall damage, which is most likely what Great Tusk is going to use. I mean, it could still use Earthquake and only affect the Urshifu, but my guess is that he's going to use this over that. So no Tailwind from Talonflame. It will go for the +1 Brave Bird, which will take out its thing, but Ice Spinner will go into Tornadus, which is why we changed the Terra, because otherwise we would have been double knocked out there. We'll go with Chien-Pao. So now we've got Tailwind, and Gale Wings is no longer available for Talonflame. So now we move faster. We will now Bleak Wind, and we will Ice Spinner. Bleak Wind will hit both, and Ice Spinner will hit Great Tusk. Great Tusk is weak against both these targets right now. It sucks that Urshifu got knocked out so early. Maybe I should have protected, but I didn't, so it's my fault. Great Tusk is going to switch out to bring out King Gambit. Ice Spinner will now go into King Gambit, which won't do a whole lot, but Bleak Wind will. At least the Talonflame it will. It still does very little damage to the King Gambit, but I drop its speed down 1 stage. Defiant will get a +2 in attack, but I also drop Talonflame speed. And he now uses Tailwind. We'll go ahead and use Bleak Wind again. And I will Sacred Sword. Well, he has Sucker Punch, doesn't he? If he has Sucker Punch, Rain Dance and Sacred Sword. They're gonna Terra, and it's most likely gonna be the King Gambit. Makes them Fairy. Okay. pretty neutral on my side of the field. I don't really have anyone that's Terra Steel, so that's kind of sucky. Uses Feint. Does a little bit of damage to Chan Pao, popping a Sash. I'm going to Rain Dance, though. And Sacred Sword's going to go into that slot, which does very little damage. But Iron Hand's not going to hit Chan Pao, which is going to knock him out because he's +2'd. All right. I think it's safe to say that they might have this one. It depends on how this outcome goes. Bleak Wind will hit both, and I'll extreme speed into Talonflame. I mean, Fate could, yes, Talonflame. We'll hit Talonflame first because Feint will is priority and it will pop multi-scale, so we want to get that out of the way first. Bleak Wind does quite a bit of damage, but we want to have okay, Terra Blast, and this is going to go straight into the Dragonite, which is totally fine. Multi-scale should lower down the damage quite a bit. What? I had multi-scale. Are you telling me that even though multi-scale is up, that still does that amount of damage? That's insane. Even though it's +2, would it be that different? Wow. Okay. Interesting. We'll hit Gardevoir with extreme speed. Bringing it down so Bleak Wind can now finish the job. Oh, no, Sucker Punch. I was hoping Bleak Wind would finish the job, but I guess I had spaced on Sucker Punch for a minute there. But that's okay. If I was able to knock them out and bring it down to just the one Pokemon, it was going to be like an uphill battle because Dragonite was only at 3 HP. But that's really, really interesting. All right, next match is up. We've got Salazzle, Dragonite, Fluttermane, Co-Star, Karaganol, and Water Tauros. That's interesting. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to put in King Gambit now. Okay. Terra Fairy. 94.9% chance to 2-hit KO. But it still knocked me down to like 3 HP. That's interesting. Okay. For this particular match, though, we are going to get set up with Tornadus, Iron Hands, so that we could get the fake out pressure. Chan Pao, and we'll bring in we'll bring in Urshifu. We'll leave Dragonite and Fluttermane in the back. Probably like a terrible idea, but we do have offense somehow. That's really, really interesting. It's really, really interesting. All right, Dragonite and Salazzle against Tornadus and Iron Hands. Salazzle floats because it's an air balloon, which is totally fine, which means that we have something to, I guess, worry about. I'm not 100% sure on that. We're going to taunt the Salazzle, and then we're going to fake out the Dragonite? Yeah, we're going to fake out the Dragonite. Why not? It's like, hey, Dragonite. Oh, well, never mind. Salazzle, fake out. And Salazzle. Oh, Oblivious. Oh, interesting. Dragon Dance will activate on the Dragonite there. Attack and speed rose by 1 stage. All right, so we're just gonna go ahead and get set up there. And Thunder Punch the Salazzle, or should we Heavy Slam? I mean, the Salazzle right now has an air balloon, but Dragonite has a +1 to attack. So we'll hit the Dragonite. Extreme speed. Hits the Tornadus, bringing them down to about 42 HP, which is about 3/4. Still in yellow. Will-O-Wisp will not hit the Iron Hands. Thunder Punch right into the Dragonite. Does a little bit of damage. Okay. Swap. I mean, should we? No, we're not going to swap Tornadus. I could Terra him, because it's probably going to be another extreme speed to that slot. So I'll probably do that. We'll Terra and do Rain Dance. And none of these are very effective, but that's totally fine. Thunder Punch into Dragonite again. Okay, just to kind of save Tornadus for a turn. I did realize that I have not used Tailwind yet, at least not that as far as I'm aware. We did save Tornadus because of Terrain, so there's that. So we're looking great there, but this isn't a regular set for Dragonite, so it's going to be just swapping all over the place. We now know it has Extreme Speed and Dragon Dance, so there's that. The item is uncertain. But Thunder Punch into the Dragonite isn't going to do a whole lot, but we'll paralyze him, so that's cool. Lumberry. Iron Hands is burnt, which is totally fine. Do I have Tail? Oh, I do have Tailwind. He still moves faster than Iron? Well, Iron Hands is incredibly slow, so it's... Yeah, you foresee that. And we're just going to go ahead and Heavy Slam. No, we're going to Thunder Punch. Salazzle. Bleak Wind. Knocks them both down really, really low. Drops the speed for Salazzle. Pop the air balloon. Thunder Punch into the Salazzle slot. He's going to knock it out. Now, Dragonite, what are you going to do? You're going to Dragon Dance one more time. Now you get a +2 in attack and +2 speed. Is that enough to beat Tailwind? Probably not. I don't think so. We send out Flamingo, which is going to copy everything that Dragonite's doing. Copy the stat changes. Neat. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and click Bleak Wind, which should do a lot of damage to both of them. It may knock out Dragonite, may not knock out Flamingo, but the Thunder Punch from Iron Hands may do the job. May. It is burnt, so it drops its attack by half. So whatever attack stat it's at, it's going to drop immediately by 50%. So that's what burn does. Bleak Wind, boom. It's going to just barely keep Flamingo alive with a crit. And that's because of the sash. Oh, that's dope. But Dragonite does go down. And Flamingo's going to get an attack off. Liquidation right into Tornadus, which is going to knock it out. Totally fine with that. Because now here comes Iron Hands, and he's just going to punch it right in the face. With a devastating Thunder Punch. Now this is the last turn of Tailwind, I believe. And Iron Hands is burnt. Just taking very little damage. Yep, our Tailwind's gone. And we'll go ahead and bring out... We'll bring out Urshifu. Why not? Flutter Mane. Okay, Photosynthesis activates due to booster energy. And its speed was heightened. So I'm going to Aqua Jet into that slot, and then I'm going to just Heavy Slam into that slot, because it's probably going to knock out Urshifu without a problem. There's like no way to avoid it. Flutter Mane Terras to Fairy. Totally fine. Is it going to be enough to knock out Iron Hands? Probably not, but here comes Aqua Jet right into that slot. Almost gets the knockout. Dazzling Gleam. will now hit both Pokemon. And Urshifu will go down, but Iron Hand survives because he is bulky with Assault Vest. And Heavy Slam to end the game. I totally forgot Salazzle had Fake Out. All right, our final match is ready to go. We've got Kleavor, Fluttermane, Chien-Pao, Dragonite, Tornadus, and Samurott. Woo, okay. This is a good assortment of Pokemon here. We'll open up with Tornadus, Iron Hands. We'll bring in Fluttermane in the back. And I think Chien-Pao might be the best option, but I'm not 100% sure. I just want Fluttermane in the back so that I could swap into a ghost type if we have to Terra Tornadus. So we'll probably keep Chien-Pao away because of that. And we'll bring out Urshifu. And we'll leave Dragonite and Chien-Pao in the back for now. That was a really hard decision because I could go in with like Dragonite and do Outrage, but it gets confused and I can't swap it out because it gets stuck for like 2 or 3 turns or whatever. But it also could just miss. Okay, Tornadus and Kleavor right off the bat. Let's go. We're gonna go ahead and get started off with Tailwind on our side and not really worry about the taunt because we're just gonna fake it out anyway. But who do we really want to hit? Fake Out is really, really useful. We'll fake out Kleavor. Take that. Okay. We're faking out Kleavor and leaving Tornadus alone because something like that, which is totally fine. I will accept that, but I wasn't going to like taunt or flinch the Tornadus because it could have Covert Cloak. So for me, knowing that, it's better just to set off this way. But we're gonna Thunder Punch next into, actually Heavy Slam would be better for the Kleavor. They're gonna Tailwind, which is totally fine. I'm gonna use Bleak Wind. Nope, Stone Axe goes first. Gonna knock out Tornadus, and it's gonna bring out spikes now. Yep, there they are. Heavy Slam will now go into Kleavor, which is gonna knock him out. And now we will bring in oh, who's a good candidate? Fluttermane. It's gonna take a little bit of damage due to the spikes. Oh, it didn't. Okay. Oh, there they are. Okay. Boost Energy activates on my Fluttermane, boosting its speed. And same with them. And I'm gonna go ahead and Moonblast. Actually, Terra. Actually, I'm not gonna Terra. I'm not, because I don't think it's gonna really matter here. I've got a little bit of damage and it's already like a 96%. But I'm going to anyway. And I'm going to Shadow Ball into... No, I'm going to Moonblast into that Fluttermane. And I'm going to Thunder Punch into Tornadus. So it looks like him and I had the same strat. I'm not bringing in our Dragonite and Chien-Pao, thinking someone else would bring it in, and then our physical attackers would get the bonus of having our defenses dropped. So that's cool. Protect will happen on the Fluttermane, which is totally fine. Moonblast goes into that protected slot, will not do anything, unfortunately. Bleak Wind will hit my side of the field, doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but Thunder Punch will now go into the Tornadus, which is going to knock it out. But that does do a little bit more damage that I'm not liking. And Chien Pao is their final Pokemon. Swap out Fluttermane. Should that be the option? I mean, it's a speed tie. They're probably going to Sucker Punch. I'll use Imprison. And Drain Punch on Chien Pao. They're going to Terra now. It's going to be their Fluttermane, turning it to Steel. Okay. Interesting. Imprison. Cannot use Moonblast, gets it steeled. Ice Spinner. Which is why I didn't want to use, yeah. And now we will Drain Punch. Bringing Chien Pao down to its 1 HP. Healing up Iron Hands to full now. And Tailwind's now gone, and that should be on both sides, or they might have it for one more turn. Urshifu comes up next. Stone's dug into Urshifu. They have Tailwind for one more turn, but I don't think it's really going to matter here because I'm going to Aqua Jet into Chien Pao, and I'm going to Drain Punch into Fluttermane. Sucker Punch does hurt Iron Hands just a little bit, but not too much. Aqua Jet goes right into Chien Pao, knocking him out. Moonblast into Urshifu. Knock him out. And here comes a really strong Drain Punch to the face. And I heal the full. Thank you, Fluttermane. And they go down. Iron Hands, baby! Iron Hands has like been MVP this video. That's so dope. Alrighty, our first match is here. We've got Tornadus, Urshifu, Chien Pao, Hisuian Arcanine, Dragonite, and Fluttermane. Pretty much the exact same team, except we bring Iron Hands and they bring in Hisuian Arcanine. It's totally dope. Okay, so with this particular matchup, we're gonna want to bring in Tornadus, and I want to bring in Chien Pao, but he may not be the best one to be in the open. It really depends on who they bring in after that, because I could bring in Iron Hands, right, and be a little bit faster than their Pokemon on their side of the field, but Iron Hands with Tailwind is still going to be slower, so I don't think that's going to be the option, but I also do believe that's like the option. I don't know what Urshifu that is either, so that's another thing too. You know what? Iron Hands, Fluttermane, and we'll bring in Dragonite. We'll let Chien Pao and Urshifu in the back. I think that's the best course of action that we can do. We do have Dragonite with Stomping Tantrum that is going to be choice banded, which is going to hurt really, really bad against the Arcanine for sure. We also have Ice Spinner, so we could take out like the Fluttermane and stuff like that. But the Fluttermane is also going to be the fastest Pokemon on their side of the field, outside of what I use for Tailwind. So starts off with Dragonite and Chien Pao, and I start off with Tornadus and Iron Hands. Now, I'm probably going to need a Terra Tornadus here because I'm going to have to like deal with an extreme speed to the face. So we're going to start that first. And we're also going to do Tailwind on our side. And I'm going to fake out Dragonite. Because Dragonite being Terra Normal with Choice Band and Extreme Speed is going to be a problem. And I don't really know how to deal with it so much. But once I tag him with Fake Out, his multi-skill would be procced. So if it's not multi-skill, I don't know what you're doing. But if it is multi-skill, I procced it, so the next hit that I do is going to be full instead of like a third. They're also going to Terra, it's going to be the Dragonite, and it's going to be Terra Normal. So I left myself open with a Chien Pao, but it's not like Chien Pao can knock anyone out right away. Oh, they opted to protect because they're thinking I'm gonna, you know, fake out that slot. Actually, fake out goes before extreme speed, so take that. And you couldn't move, so yay. And I get Tailwind off for free. Now your only target is going to be the Iron Hands, and Iron Hands is literally going to Drain Punch. The oh, I can actually drain. Yeah, I'm going to Drain Punch the Dragonite. Why not? Extreme Speed's going to go to the Iron Hands. Totally cool with that. Doesn't one-hit KO. Sucker Punch goes over to the Tornadus, which is going to knock him out. That's unfortunate, but here comes the Drain Punch all the way from downtown. Boom. Gonna knock out this Dragonite, and I'm gonna get all that HP back. Maybe 2/3. About 2/3. So I did guess right. But that's how we deal with Dragonite very, very easily, and we'll bring out our own Dragonite. Because why not? Okay, they're gonna send out Tornadus. Okay. I think we're just gonna go right into Ice Spinner, and I'm just gonna Drain Punch the Chien Pao. They're gonna activate Tailwind, so obviously now Chien Pao's gonna attack faster than we are. Ice Spinner's gonna go right into the Dragonite, which is ×4. It's gonna get the knockout even with multi-scale? What's the point of having multi-scale? That's some bullness right there. Why? Sorry guys, but it's weird, right? It's supposed to lower the damage, like considerably lower the damage. And it just doesn't seem like it does half the time. So that's really, really odd. I'll have to look into that. Because he should be like living. Like that's the whole point of multi-scale. Everything that it hits while it's active does 1/3. So even that time, oh, maybe, I don't know. Anyway, we're gonna hit. Yeah, we're just gonna hit Tornadus with Moonblast. It may not knock him out. It probably will get a little close. Both our towers are down now, so we don't have to worry about that. Chien Pao's gonna protect, which is a good call. Moonblast is gonna go right into the Tornadus. Boom. And it does not, so that's good to know. Bleak Wind will hit. There's a little bit of damage on both my guys, but not too much. Now, in the event that, you know, Sucker Punch is going to get activated, I'm going to Imprison. And I'm going to just Drain Punch. Actually, I'm going to Thunder Punch Tornadus. My Tailwind's gone. His is active for another 2 turns. So we definitely misplayed this a bit. But I was hoping, really hoping, to have a better advantage with Dragonite instead of having him like get one shot. Sucker Punch does fail, so that's good. Bleak Wind will miss the Flutter Mane and the Iron Hands. Let's go. Here you go, Imprison, so I don't get hit. And Thunder Punch to the Tornadus. Knocking him out. Okay, who are you bringing out next? Urshifu, which is Rapid Strike. Okay. Is he gonna do it again? If he Sucker Punches me again, Flutter Mane goes down. It takes out a move from Chien Pao. How many turns of Tailwind? Oh, they only have 1. So I'm gonna Imprison again. I'm gonna Drain Punch. I mean, yeah, I don't think it really matters. I'm gonna just hit Chien Pao. Sucker Punch will fail. Surging Strikes will not get the KO. Hit 3 times. Prison. Drain Punch. Chien-Pao will now go down. And their Tailwind is now gone. I'm gonna Moonblast. And I'm Thunder Punching. Well, no, let's Drain Punch. I highly doubt that he's gonna let me go, but Drain Punch is a lot better option than to not. I don't think he's sashed. Chien-Pao was sashed, so I don't think he's got anything that's gonna let him survive. This could be like a one hit from Fluttermane. We'll see. Boom. And it is. Urshifu goes down. Now, minus the misplay from Dragonite, which again, I'm gonna have to look up multi-scale. Like, the whole point is that he takes a third of the damage. But, with that being said, we still came up with the W. Let's go. Our next match is up and ready to go. We've got Urshifu, Torkoal, Regieleki, Rillaboom, Fluttermane, and Tornadus. This is a good assortment of Pokemon here. So we do have one fake out user, a user that's incredibly fast. So about 277 max investment with that speed there. We got Fluttermane that can use Imprison, maybe Trick Room. I mean, he has Torkoal there. I don't know why. It's probably like to maybe combat like the Trick Room teams. We're gonna bring in, I think we'll bring in Tornadus and Chien-Pao, and then I don't really have anyone that's gonna have fire, but I'll bring a Dragonite just in case if Chien-Pao goes down and we have to deal with Rillaboom, and Fluttermane in case if that person comes up again. So Dragonite's gonna be able to fill a couple of roles in besides just like being the person that goes, I'm going to extreme speed. I mean, he's still really good, but extreme speed is still extreme speed, right? So we just need to keep an eye on that. Alrighty, let's see how we go. Urshifu and Tornadus. Okay, versus Chien-Pao and my Tornadus. Okay, so first off, we're gonna go ahead and get Tailwind off, and then we're going to just immediately go into Ice Spinner into their Tornadus. So if they don't attack, oh, they taunt. So okay, that looks like I'm faster. I just won the speed tie. I'm not 100% sure which one, but something happened. Now Ice Spinner is going to go into their Tornadus, which should knock it out. There it goes. Now they don't get the Tailwind. Urshifu uses Search and Strike, which is going to knock out Chien-Pao. But at this point in time, I don't think it's going to matter. To be honest with you, I don't think it's gonna matter. Now, next question is, who should I bring out? Urshifu has a Life Orb, and it is Rapid Strike, so Surgeon Strikes went off. We're gonna send out our Fluttermane, which we're under Trick Room right now, or not Trick Room, but Tailwind, and they bring out Regieleki. Neat. Photosynthesis will go off. Okay, and we will go ahead and use Bleak Wind. We will Terra Fairy, Moonblast into Urshifu. This should knock him out and give Bleak Wind a chance to hit Regieleki for full damage, or he could retreat them. That would be my call. I'm leaving Tornadus open right now, but I also don't want to get hit really, really hard by Regieleki. I could have maybe used the Terra on Tornadus and turned him Ghost, but I don't think that's gonna really do a whole lot if he's got Magnet, and most likely he will. They're also gonna Terra, and it's gonna be the Urshifu. Water, Ghost. Good call. If I used Shadow Ball there, that would have been like the perfect move for you, but I used Moonblast. And it's still gonna do a whole lot. I don't know if it's gonna one-shot him now, but it's still gonna one-shot him, because that is a Terra boosted Moonblast. And I'm not spec'd whatsoever, but here comes Bleak Wind to a single target. And it's gonna drop him to less than half. Electro Ball to the Tornadus, which is gonna knock him out. Now, Electro Ball, if I remember, it goes off a speed tier, so it does more damage the faster you are, the slower you are. I'm not 100% sure about that, but that is something. So far, we're going to be down 2-2, and I'm kind of ahead of the game. We're going to Stomping Tantrum the Regieleki, and I'm going to Moonblast. No, actually, I could Shadow Ball. Wait, then I don't want to do that. I want Extreme Speed the Regieleki, and I want to Shadow Ball the Fluttermane. Extreme Speed, knock out the Regieleki, get them out of here. Booyah. Have fun. And Shadow Ball the Fluttermane. And, ooh, that doesn't knock him out. Gets pretty close, though. Dazzling Gleam. So he lowers the damage by half, and that, even still, that's a third. But I'm locked into Extreme Speed now, so that's cool. But I also have Fluttermane, so that's totally cool. Fluttermane will protect. I'm okay with it. You survive for one turn. I'm stuck into Extreme Speed. But Shadow Ball is what you really need to watch out for. That did a lot of damage. It's probably like the high 90s. Tailwind's gone. Okay, that's cool. Shadow Ball again. Just right into that slot. Have fun with that. So, what are you going to do now? What are you going to do? You're not spec'd. I don't believe a choice item went ahead. So, what item do you have? Is it a plate? Maybe Wise Glasses? I'm not sure. Extreme Speed doesn't work on Fluttermane. Shadow Ball. There you go. Have some fun. Boom. And down goes the Dynamite. Ooh, 2-0 so far. I'm liking this. Ladies and gentlemen, oh my god! Episode 3, guys. We are in Master Ball rank, and not only that, but we're already in the top 2,000. We've already blown through the goal afterwards of hitting top 10 or just below 10,000. We're literally 2,000 people. Oh my god, are you kidding me? This is dope. This is dope. Are you kidding? Oh my god, let's go. Next matchup, we have Iron Hands, Rillaboom, Heatran, Iron Bundle, Golden Go, and Thundurus, and not Tornadus. So I think in this, we'll walk in with Tornadus and Chien-Pao, so we can kind of get rid of like the Rillaboom there. I kind of want to walk in with Iron Hands because he's going to do a lot of damage to that Iron Bundle. I mean, Iron Bundle's probably going to be up in the front, isn't he? Probably, right? That's what I'm thinking. I think Iron Hands would be good here. I don't have anyone that's going to really deal with Heatran, though. I mean, Dragonite could. Yeah, Dragonite could. He could also take care of Golden Go, because I don't have to like immediately use Extreme Speed all the time. Stomping Tantrum will do just as good a damage. It doesn't like add anything to a speed tier, but it's still a really good Pokemon to have, or like move, I should say. Tornadus and Heatran. Or, I'm sorry, Thundurus and Heatran. So in our first move, we're going to go ahead and use Rain Dance and then Ice Spinner to the Thundurus. Now our best bet here, if we're not using Rain Dance, is to counteract Thundurus by using Taunt. But I think I could deal with the Paralyze because I still have priority pluses. The thing that I can't take it or like undo is if he uses Tailwind. But I also don't like knowing that my Chien-Pao might be affected by Heatran. He changes Thunderous's Terra to water, which is a good call. Good call. Rain Dance. I'm going to lower down Heatran's abilities here. Ice Spinner will now go into Thunderous, which will live because it doesn't do that much damage now. Oh, the Bolt will come in, and because it's 100%, it'll do a lot, and Heat Wave will now come in, and it misses Tornadoes, which is great, but it will hit Qian Pao, which is not great. That is not great, but we can walk in with Iron Hands now. And now we put them on, or in danger. Tailwind should go up now. Yes, Tailwind, and I'm gonna fake out Thunderous. Fake out Thunderous so that he can't do anything unless he's got the Covert Cloak. I use Tailwind, so it's a free move off that I can use. Plus it stops him from doing an AoE. And Heat Wave comes in, which is now going to knock out Tornadoes, but that's totally fine. So now it's 2 versus 4, but my last 2 is Dragonite and Iron Hands. So now I can... Oh! Terra Normal Extreme Speed, let's go. And then I'll just punch the Heatran in the face. I don't have Qian Pao, which is totally fine. Dragonite should be able to handle a lot of things by himself from here on out. And because it is Terra Normal Extreme Speed, I don't have to worry about not being affected by stuff, and Heat Wave doesn't do that much damage now. Heatran's going to protect, which is good because Drain Punch was going to punch him right in the face. Extreme Speed. Right into the Thunderous. It's going to be enough to knock him out. Now, another combo that people could do with Dragonite, if you don't want to get stuck with Choice Band, is you can give him either the normal plate or a normal gem. It's only a one-time use, but it doesn't lock you into one particular slot. And it does raise the move by 20% with the normal gem. It might be 10. It's going to be up to you if you decide to use that, but it would be something that I would consider. Okay. Extreme Speed, and well, we can't really hit Golden Go with it. We're going to go Heatran. I'm going to Drain Punch. Yeah, we're going to Drain Punch into that Heatran. Right now, Dragonite can't do anything besides go into the partner, which is totally fine. Because while Dragonite can't hit Golden Go can't hit Dragonite with a lot of stuff. And Steel, I don't think is going to do a lot of damage to normal types. It might just be neutral. Oh, nasty plot. Here we go. But now we even the playing field. So now it is Iron Bundle. Gotcha. And the Quark Drive will now activate, and you have Speed. Gotcha. So I'm going to go ahead and Extreme Speed into that slot, and then we're going to just punch it right in the face, because Golden Go goes after Iron Hands, which is really, really funny. I don't think Dragonite's going to knock him out. Maybe Thunder Punch would have been best. Okay, he's going to protect. Totally fine with that. Now I'm going to have to start focusing on the Golden Go with Iron Hands because I don't have a lot of moves to do with him on Dragonite's side. And I'm gonna start having to deal with him sooner than later. Because now he's a +4 in special attack. That's not great. The rain stopped. And my whirlwind is, tailwind is gone. Alright, so we're gonna go to that, and I'm gonna Thunder Punch into Golden Go. Extreme Speed. Iron Bundle does not get the KO, gets it really, really close. Freeze Dry. Does a little bit of damage. Nasty Plot again for the 3rd time, so that's +6. Thunder Punch. Leftovers. That's his item of choice. Okay, Extreme Speed. Yeah, Extreme Speed into that slot again. And we will Thunder Punch into Golden Go. I'm totally fine with that. You can go ahead and protect yourself. I'm hoping for the... Oh, here comes the Shadow Ball. Boom. Oh, it just left 5 HP. Paralyze? Paralyze, let's go. He is paralyzed, which means I get to go next. Oh, Dragonite struggles here, that's right. He can't do anything else. Oh, this might be our losing thing. I'm not sure. It depends on how they go. If they use Icy Wind or anything that's an AoE, it's gonna hurt like a lot. But Freeze Dry over on the Iron Hand's gonna knock him out. Dragonite now moves next. He struggles. Knocks out the Golden. And I have a weird square on my screen because I can't do anything. Do I literally win by struggling? That'd be so funny. He protects. Okay. I don't think I do any damage. No left. They can move. It can use struggle. Protect. Do I get hit with recoil still? I don't. That's so funny. That's so funny. Hydro Pump. Leave with 12 HP. I knock him out with struggle. That's so funny. And obviously I go down, but I think I still win because I made the last attack. Are you kidding me? Come on, give it to me. Yes. Let's go. Oh my god, that was hilarious. That's so funny. We're now in the top 1,000. What? No way. We've got Tornadus, Urshifu, Golden Go, Regidrago, Rillaboom, and Farigiraf. Now that is a good assortment of Mons right there. So I think the best course of action is to kind of walk in like we did last time. We do not want Tornadus to set up Trick Room for their side of the field. So we're gonna bring in Chien Pao and Tornadus. And Chien Pao is also going to be able to take out Rillaboom. He can also take out Draco. Doesn't do anything to Golden Go. Will do decent amount against Farigiraf and Urshifu, but we can bring in Iron Hands for Fake Out. And well, is that true? Is that what we want? We also do have to worry about Trick Room too, but I don't think Trick Room is going to be that major issue. So we might bring in Dragonite again. Yeah, we'll bring in Dragonite. Why not? Why not? I mean, we don't have to rely on the Terra normal extreme speeds, right? If Farigiraf comes out and is like, oh, you can't use priority, and it's like, that's cool, but I don't really want to do that. Now, if Farigiraf does stop taunt, that is considered a priority move. So keep that in mind, Pokefans. If you're playing with Farigiraf or Tornadus and you're trying to go into Farigiraf, it will not work. Okay, so we're going to start off with Tailwind first, and then we're going to go Ice Spinner into Tornadus. Kind of like what we did last game. Or was it the game before that? I'm not 100% sure. They're going to Terra, most likely going to be Tornadus. Or Urshifu. It's the Urshifu, which is Rapid Strike, by the way. So it's going to be Terra Water. I mean, good call, right? I'm not going to say that it's a bad call. Good call. I'm going to use Tailwind. Double up my speed. They're also going to use Tailwind to double up their speed. So we're back to just neutral speeds now. Ice Spinner will now go into their Tornadoes, which will knock it out. Surging Strikes, and it's going to be to Qian Pao, which is going to knock him out. Which is a good call. You want to knock out Qian Pao in case if I did bring out Dragonite, then Dragonite doesn't have like a partner, so to speak, but Dragonite's still strong regardless. But now I'm going to bring out Iron Hands, and he's going to just kind of do his thing now. So that's going to be dope. Okay, and they're going to send out Farigiraf. All right, so Farigiraf. Now, we cannot taunt. Taunting is bad. So I'm just going to go ahead and straight up attack. And I'm going to go right into... not Fake Out, Thunder Punch. Thunder Punch right into that Urshifu. Bleak Wind will not hit the Urshifu, but will hit the Farigiraf. Speed will now drop for the Farigiraf. Surging Strikes, which is going to go to the Tornadoes. Oh! Iron Hands, which isn't going to do a whole lot. Don't get me wrong, it'll still bring me down to half, but is it going to knock me out? Absolutely not. Hit 3 times, probably have Mystic Water. Here comes Thunder Punch, right to the face. Boom. Ooh. And Psychic. Ooh. Special Defense fell. Okay, we're going to taunt again, and I'm going to switch you out to Dragonite. Because now I can't do anything to save you. Bleak Wind will have to hit first before I can actually do anything, and I don't want to risk it. So come on back. Come on out, Dragonite. Urshifu will Aqua Jet, which is going to go right into the Dragonite slot. Good call. Saw that happening. Bleak Wind, which is going to hit both, knock out the Urshifu. It doesn't touch the Farigiraf as much, but it does bring it down to a -2 speed. That's dope. Okay, so it does know Psychic. We know that for sure. Psychic's going to go into the Tornadoes. I'm glad I didn't Terra now, because that would have hurt quite a bit. And they bring out Regidrago. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and use Rain Dance. And then I'm going to Terra Normal Ice Spinner into Regidrago. They already used their Terra. I'm using mine now. With Iron Hands in the back. I think I'm faster, but I may be wrong. Now, Dragonite and Regidrago have the same speed tier. Regidrago is going to protect, which is totally fine. Rain Dance to make Bleak Wind 100%. Ice Spinner. It's not going to do anything, but it locks me into Ice Spinner now, which is totally fine because Farigiraf is the other partner. Dazzling Gleam isn't going to do a whole lot. And my Tailwind's gone. Oh, and so is theirs. So the question is, wait, I should have Tailwind. Regidrago is the same speed tier as Dragonite, so I would rather be faster. So I'm going to deal with that now. I have to do damage to Regidrago because Dragon Power or something like that does a lot of damage based on his remaining HP. And I would much rather either knock him out like I just did, one hit KO, let's go, or set up to where I take very minimal damage. Psychic will now go into Dragonite, doing half. So we're good. Bleak Wind will now hit that slot, and Ice Spinner will now go into Farigiraf. Are we gonna go 5-0? Battle was canceled. We're 4-0 so far. Oh my God. Are we literally doing this right now? What? We're 4-0 with 731. Nuh-uh. Oh no. 3 major cores and I don't know how to deal with any of them. Well, Dragonite and Chien-Pao I do. Ursaluna and Cresselia I do. It's just a Donzo, man. I can't deal with the Donzo. He's so hard and he's so bulky. But I do have Iron Hands with me this time. Even with the damage that I could receive from like earthquakes or something like that, I could still survive as much as possible. But it's just more of Cresselia and Ursaluna is what I'm worried about the most. So I guess we'll bring in Tornadus and Iron Hands. Well, if he opens up with Ursaluna, I don't have... I mean, Tornadus ignores it, but Iron Hands wouldn't. But I do need to stop Cresselia using Trick Room for that. She's not going to really attack, so Chien-Pao's not going to get a huge advantage. Chien-Pao, Fluttermane, and we'll bring in Iron Hands. This is probably the wrong combo, but I don't really have anything else. And if I have to do with the Donzo, Iron Hands is pretty much the only one that's going to be able to deal with him. I mean, Dragonite would be able to ignore him unless I Terra Normal, but is he going to sit there and spam Earthquake? I highly doubt it. He's going to have Order up, and I wouldn't see why no one would. All right, let's do this. Guys, let's do this. Chien-Pao, Dragonite, let's go. Tornadus and my own Chien-Pao. Okay, so 2 Sword of Ruins go off. I'm gonna go ahead and just Terra now and use Tailwind. And I'm going to go ahead and use Sucker Punch against their Chien-Pao. They're gonna Terra. It's gonna be Chien-Pao. It's a Ghost, okay. Seems a little off-putting, so maybe this is a fake-out team with Dragonite, but I'm not sure. But I'm also going to Terra. But it's going to be my own Tornadus. And that's who I want. Extreme Speed's going to go off. It's going to hit the Tornadus, but no, it doesn't because he's Ghost, so take that. Sucker Punch goes into that one. And it knocks it down to 1 HP because it's super effective. I Tailwind. And what is your move? Sacred Sword. Into my Chien-Pao, knocking him down to 1 HP. All right. Tornadus, go ahead and finish this off. I'm going to protect with Chien-Pao. Chien-Pao will protect. Their Chien-Pao. Oh no! Extreme Speed from Dragonite will go into the Chien-Pao, which does nothing because I protected. Did you call it? Sucker Punch into my Tornadus, which is going to knock him out. Dang it! They did predict it. I should have. Did I Tailwind? I want to say I Tailwinded. I 100% Tailwinded, right? Bring on Iron Hands. Iron Hands will then fake out the Dragonite, and I'm going to Sucker Punch the Chien-Pao. Fake out. Take a Chill Pill, Dragonite. Sucker Punch. Boom. Called it. So we traded 1 for 1. Who's the Pokemon in the back? You have 3 different combos. The Teeny, I don't know what that is. Ursaluna, gotcha. So that's who you've decided. Drain Punch. Should I? Thunder Punch doesn't really do anything to Dragonite, but I think he's locked into Extreme Speed, so he can't really do anything. I'm going to Drain Punch the Ursaluna, and I'm going to Protect. I think that's the best call that I can make, because Sucker Punch can't go faster than Extreme Speed, and I don't know what the Ursaluna is going to do. So Extreme Speed is going to go right into the slot of Chien-Pao. Drain Punch into the Ursaluna, which is going to almost knock it out, but I get all my HP back. Oh, I didn't recover. Never mind. But now I know that I move faster than Ursaluna. Oh! My Tailwind's gone. Oh. Flame Orb now activates for that. Oh, I forgot that was underneath Tailwind. So he might be faster than me. Might be. Being a considerable word. Alright, we're just going to swap out to Fluttermane now. So hopefully he extreme speeds into that slot and not Iron Hands. And Booster Energy will now go off. Speed was heightened. Ursaluna will protect, that's a good call. And extreme speed. We'll go into the Fluttermane, let's go. I wish I attacked into Dragonite though. Maybe before I swapped in, I should have done that. Iron Hands. I mean, you're kind of donezo at this point. I could swap out to Chien-Pao and sacrifice him, but knock out I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna knock out Ursaluna with Dragonite, or with Fluttermane. Wow, just it's a good call. Retreated him. You don't want to lose him too early. But I forced the target. Ooh, shiny. That's dope. Forced the target over the Chien-Pao. I didn't want to lose Iron Hands right away. Iron Hands is kind of detrimental to my team right now. But here's that. Doing a little bit of damage. We'll swap into Iron Hands now. We'll fake out again, and then I'll Moonblast into that slot. I'm down to my last two. I can't do anything more. I'm pretty much giving up one Pokemon, and I probably should have Terra'd Fluttermane. I don't think I used my Terra yet. Yes, I have. Yes, I have. Tornadus was my Terra because I've been dealing with this Dragonite since the beginning. Withdrew Cresselia. It's probably a good call. They're going to need a strategy once Dragonite goes down, and I think that's what they kind of foresee. Fake out to stop Dragonite from extreme speeding. Boom, Moonblast right into that slot to knock him out completely. Cresselia now comes out. Iron Hands will now do Drain Punch on the Ursaluna, and I Shadow Ball the Cresselia. Ally Switch. Okay. Shadow Ball does not affect Ursaluna, so he stays on the field. Drain Punch, though, will do very little damage. So that was a good call, do an Ally Switch. I didn't see that. Here comes the Earthquake. This is going to hurt a lot. It's probably going to knock me out. And it does. What a great call from there. Holy shnikes. Holy shnikes. If I would have just called it differently, that probably would have won me the match. But that's what happens. We went 4-1, guys. That's insane. And we almost won that. If I only had predicted the Ally Switch. That was dope. That was so close. Oh, man. All right, our first match is up and ready to go. We got Heatran, Sableye, that Qualfish thing, Cresselia, Wu-Chen, and Ditto. Ditto's actually really interesting. He's going to be kind of hard to fight against. So Sableye has Fake Out, so we're going to need to be cautious of that. We're also going to want to be cautious of Heatran if he comes onto the field. But we do have Tornadus, so we're not crippled by that by any means at all. So we'll bring in Tornadus. And I want to say Chien-Pao might be good. Iron Hands. Dragonite's not going to do anything to Wu Chan, but Chien-Pao will. We'll bring in Fluttermane for the back. Actually, that might not. Well, Drain Punch hits Heatran. It's super effective against that, so we'll bring that. I was like, what am I going to do about Heatran? I mean, Cresselia is another problem, but I'm more worried about Wu Chen than anything else. Because I don't know what Cresselia is going to do per se. It could set up Trick Room. But we got Wu Chen and Overquill is shiny. That's dope. Okay, so Intimidate goes off, lowering down our guys' attacks, which is totally fine. And we also lower the attack of all Pokemon in the front of us. All right, so I can't taunt Wu Chen until he changes to a different type. I don't think I could taunt Overquill either. So I think what I'm gonna do, I guess we'll go into the Ice Spinner into the Wu Chen, and we'll Tailwind. Right now I'm really fast. Overquill I think will have Poison Point or whatever, Toxic Point or whatever, so if I make any physical attacks to him, he's gonna hurt a lot. Seems like they're gonna tear it, and it's gonna be the Wu Chen, so now I can taunt next turn. It's gonna be Poison. It's gonna remove the weakness to Ice and Fighting, which is totally fine. Tailwind. And here comes Ice Spinner. Doesn't do as much damage, but that's totally fine. And here comes Toxic, which is gonna go right into Wu Chen. And Leech Seed. It's also gonna follow behind. So this is gonna definitely pop his Sash and get rid of his other effects. Oh, he doesn't have a different effect, but it's just definitely gonna pop his Sash. Since I now outspeed, I'm gonna go ahead and I think the best option here is to maybe, let's see, who do I have in the back? Oh, he's not Steel. That's right. Okay. Let's go ahead and taunt Overquill, and I'm gonna swap to Iron Hands. We'll get rid of the Leech Seed, and we'll hold off on Poison as long as we have. Me taunting Overquill. Oh, that's right. He's dark. He's not. It's not gonna work. Herder. It would work if it wasn't Pokemon that would take advantage of that, but unfortunately, it does. So, crit on the Tornadus from the Snarl from the Wu Chen. We can go with the Rain Dance to get the Bleak Wind, but I'm going to start applying pressure now. And I'm going to fake out Overquill. Oh, wow. Well, he did use Minimize. So Wu Chen will avoid the attack, but Overquill will not. That's interesting. Stockpile. So now he gets plus stats. Yes, defense and special defense. Okay. Leech Seed will now go over to Tornadus, which now Tornadus will need to swap. And Overquill is healing by Black Sledge. So Tornadus needs to swap now. We'll bring in Fluttermane. And we will Drain Punch the Overquill, which is probably going to poison our Iron Hands. But I'm getting the effect of Leech Seed off. I don't want it. Now it's my fault for not taunting the Wu Chen to remove the effect of using poison. Or I'm sorry, Leech Seed. I'm just all over the place right now. Toxic will go on to Iron Hands, and so will Leech Seed. So this is going to be a bit, but the poison's what I'm going to be really fearing, because that's going to do more damage over time. And my Tailwind's gone. And Tailwind's not that big of a deal to me. I dare not. What happened if I Terra Thunder? That's probably not good to do that, but I'll Thunder Punch into Overquill. Moonblast into that slot. Will not knock it out, gets pretty close. Minimize will activate on Overquill though. Snarl will go next. Dropping the special attack of Flutter Mane and Iron Hands. And then Thunder Punch will not work on the Overquill. It's kind of interesting that a lot of people are now taking advantage of evasion and stuff like that now. It's really, really interesting. Like, folks at home, I'm hoping that you look at these too. Like, these techs are really interesting. We'll Terra, and I'll Drain Punch. Oh, I can't Drain Punch. Heavy Slam. I mean, that would work, kind of. But I'm going to swap, and I'm going to bring out Chien-Pao. Let's bring out Chien-Pao. Now, this would have probably been better if I would have brought in Dragonite. Hindsight is 2020, obviously. It would have been great, but I can't promise that anymore. If I had Stomping Tantrum, this probably would have been a completely different fight. But I don't have a ground type with me, and that's terrible on my part. Flutter Mane Moonblast right into Overquill, which is Terra'd, so it's going to do a lot of damage, even with the -1. And Leech Seed's going to go over to that slot. Hurt by poisoning. Ba 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 ba. Ooh, shiny Heatran. Let's go. Swap to Iron Hands. And let's Sacred Sword. Let's protect with Chien-Pao. I'm going to protect with Chien-Pao because Heatran is going to use like a fire move, and Heat Wave is something that he goes to often. Oh, they withdrew Heatran. Okay. Brings out Ditto. It's going to copy my Iron Hands. Whoop. Well, hello there. So that's cool. Leech Seed will go on to Wu Chen, will Chien-Pao, which will not work. My Pokemon are poisoned. I'm gonna need to swap out soon. Punch Ditto in the face. And I'm gonna Sucker Punch Ditto as well. Ditto will use Fake Out. Yeah, that's probably something I should have done too, but I didn't, so that's fine. Chipao was leech seeded. Iron Hands, this one she couldn't move. That's interesting though, Ditto is faster. But Chien-Pao needs to leave the field. It seems that poison resets if they get off the field, so that's an interesting thought. Drain Punch on Ditto, retreat to bring out Fluttermane. The thing is, I mean, Ditto could be doing Drain Punch on my Iron Hands. Wuchen's gonna protect, which is totally fine. Drain Punch. Oh, I hit first. Interesting. Oh, that's right. He used Fake Out. It wasn't anything that he outspeeds me. Heavy Slam right into the Fluttermane though, so he probably foresaw the switch in, or he's just gonna knock him out anyway. But now I get a free switch in myself. And Iron Hands gets to survive. Maybe not. And Chien-Pao. And Sacred Sword into that slot. We'll go double into that. Iron Hands can't protect himself. He doesn't have Protect. So Sacred Sword takes Ditto down very far. Wuchen will Leech Seed the Iron Hands, or my Iron Hands. And I'm going to Drain Punch. Oh, Ditto attacks first? How was it that I was able to attack first and then he was? Is it a speed tie? Does he copy my stats? Oh, that's interesting. I don't know. If Iron Hands, well, Iron Hands is gonna go down. Next turn he goes down. If not now. Nope, no. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, this would have been a completely different game if I had brought in if I would have brought in Dragonite. Bleak Wind misses Wuchen, but will hit the Ditto. Goodbye. But I don't think it's really going to matter too much, just because of the fact of he's got Heatran in the back, and this Wuchen has been on the field since the beginning. Again, like, this probably would have been a different thing if I would have brought in Dragonite. But again, hindsight's 2020. Like, I thought I would bring in Urshifu for Heatran. I was like, I think I got it. Heatran's weak against fighting. Iron Hands is good against fighting. You know, just do that. Rain Dance. I don't think it's gonna really do a whole lot, but here comes Flash Cannon. Boom. Not bad. So match one definitely needed to bring in Dragonite, obviously, for sure. All right, next match is up. We've got Fluttermane, Roaring Moon, Gyarados, Amoonguss, Ting-Lu, and Iron Hands. This looks like a very standardized competitive team to me. So this is good. I think the combo here is to, I mean, I do outspeed. I don't know what Roaring Moon is going to do, but I don't think it's going to bring in the Tailwind. So I'm not 100% sure in that. We'll bring in Tornadus, Iron Hands, Chien-Pao, and Dragonite. And we'll keep Fluttermane and Urshifu in the back. Even though Urshifu would be really good against Ting-Lu, I have Fluttermane to take care of Ting-Lu. Gyarados might be a problem since I do have a lightning attack with Iron Hands. No, Fluttermane. Did I bring Fluttermane? Nope, I brought in Iron Hands. Okay, good. Two shinies on their side of the field, so that's good. I'm going to immediately taunt the Amoonguss, so no sporing. And I'm going to fake out the Iron Hands. So you don't move a turn, and I taunt you. You're probably gonna have Mental Herb, but most likely you'll have nope. Okay, so it's like Mental Herb could also use Rocky Helmet or some sort of what am I thinking of? Some sort of thingy-mabobber. Citrus Berry. Doesn't seem to be the case though, but we'll stick with that. We'll go ahead and get set up with Drain Punch over on the Iron Hands. Their Iron Hands will probably focus on my Tornadus, and I don't really want that to happen. I'm setting up with Tailwind. Should that be the option? Yes. I want to be faster. Drain Punch onto their Iron Hands. They were through Amoonguss, which is totally fine to get rid of the taunt status. Gyarados. Shiny Gyarados. Intimidate's going to lower down my my attacks. But Tailwind is now going to make me faster than that Iron Hands over on that side of the field. And Drain Punch, boom. Isn't going to do a whole lot, but still does well. Swords Dance. Now Haze would be perfect here. Haze would be perfect here. I'm going to then taunt. I mean, I'm faster than the Gyarados at this present time. But at +2, do I really want to have Iron Hands get stronger? Okay, he does have Sword Stance. Taunt the Gyarados. And I'm going to Drain Punch into Iron Hands again. Withdrew the Gyarados. Bring out, I don't know what that is. The Amoonguss again. Taunt the Amoonguss again. Stay taunted. Drain Punch. Bring it down to half. The thing is that, ooh, that +4 now. I am in huge danger. So now we're gonna Bleak Wind. And I think I'm gonna, oh, I don't have him, dang it. I could switch into, you know what, we'll do that. No, because he's gonna heal up for a lot. I mean, he's gonna heal up for a lot anyway, isn't he? Oh, we'll stick in, we'll try it, okay. Bleak Wind will hit both. Gets Amoonguss down to a 3rd, bringing down Iron Hands to a 4th, lower down both their speeds. Citrus Berry will activate on the Amoonguss, bringing him back up to half. A little more than half. And here comes the Drain Punch, right until that's, oh, it just brings him down to 1 HP. Drain Punch, that does a lot. He's gonna get back a lot of his HP. Not as much as I thought, but... Oh, Pollen Puff will also come in. Oh, wait. It's like, no, he can't use that. It's like, yes, he can. He totally can use that. He absolutely can use that. Bleak Wind again. Wait, how did... Oh, yeah, Citrus Berry. Okay. And... how much... do we have left of Tailwind? One more turn? Okay. And I will Drain Punch Iron Hands. Withdrew Amoonguss again. It's totally fine. Brought out probably Gyarados. Yep, there he is. Bleak Wind. Does a incredible amount of damage, and here comes the Drain Punch, dropping the speed of Gyarados. I get a little bit of HP back from their Iron Hands, but it's +4. It's going to do a lot of damage. Here comes Thunder Punch to my Tornadus, which is totally fine. I will take that because the next turn is going to be really, really sweet. Now we get the free switch into Dragonite, and he is currently Choice Banded. So now the question becomes, do I do Terra Normal and then Stomping Tantrum, or just not use the Terra on him completely? I think not using the Terra is going to be more beneficial, and just using the Stomping Tantrum, I'm sorry. And then Drain Punching. I could, no, well, I need to swap. That's what I'll do. I'll swap into Chien Pao. So they threw out, it's going to be the Amoonguss again, which with Generator gives him a lot of HP. But in this turn, it doesn't really matter, because if he Rage Powders, it's not going to do a whole lot. But I'm going to definitely do Stomping Tantrum. Oh, he just detect. Totally cool. Totally cool with that. Okay. Stomping Tantrum. Let's go straight for the Amoonguss, because he's going to force my hand to go that way anyway. But I'm going to Sucker Punch the Iron Hands. Oh, he withdrew. Okay. Probably to bring out Gyarados again. Yep, there he is. Drop the attack. So the Amoonguss is going to be sporing quite a bit here. I didn't see the switch, and I thought he would just like not worry about it. But here comes Stomping Tantrum. Not very much on the Amoonguss. Amoonguss will spore. Okay, we'll swap to Iron Hands from Dragonite to re-switch them so that we can get out of Stomping Tantrum. And then we will bring back Iron Hands and protect with Chien Pao to see if we can force that one turn sleep, or if we can just wake up immediately and wake up. See, now that Iron Hands has left, he doesn't have his +4, which is I'm totally fine with. He'll Pollen Puff to heal him up though, so very interesting. He's definitely like a Pokemon to definitely keep around. I'm gonna fake out the Amoonguss, but he's probably gonna switch him out. And I'm gonna Ice Spinner, because I protected and I was asleep. I'm gonna Ice Spinner the Amoonguss too. Fake out. Chien Pao is still asleep, just totally fine. Drain Punch. Chien Pao will hang on to the Sash. Iron Hands will heal up for full at this point, and the Amoonguss on their side of the field couldn't move due to flinching. Let's go ahead and Drain Punch their Iron Hands. And I'm going to protect. Now, Amoonguss is probably going to use Rage Powder here. I've seen Pollen Puff, Spore, and nothing else. But lead for the third turn. Drain Punch. His Iron Hands is faster, or we get the speed tie. Either one is fine. Pollen Puff right into Chien Pao. So now it doesn't matter. Now it officially does not matter. No, we're not going to Terra Normal. I mean, Terra Normal right into that slot would be fine, but Iron Hands is fighting, so I don't know if it's going to make a huge difference now. Spinner, stomping. Yeah, why not? It's probably gonna detect. Stomping Tantrum, right into Iron Hands. That's about 40, 55, 60%. Here comes Sport. And Dragonite's asleep. I slap my move time in the middle of the screen. I wish it would go away. Are you gonna count down in the middle of the screen? Please go. Game, come on. Okay. Yeah, this person played it really, really well. I did not, however. Oh, they still have 4. Oh yeah, no. We're done. I haven't been able to knock out a single Pokemon on that team. There's, yeah, no way. We're out. We're out. I tried. We're 0-2. That's okay. It's a learning thing. All right, our next match is ready to go. We've got Tornadus, Sylveon, Indeedee, Zapdos, Urshifu, and Galarian Moltres. Okay, so Indeedee's gonna prevent priority moves, which is totally fine. I don't need to focus on that too much. What I'm worried about is Zapdos and Sylveon. I kind of know what Moltres does, and I do have ways to deal with him. It's just those two that I don't. Zapdos is flying, so ground type moves isn't going to really hurt him that much. I might be able to take advantage of the ice type moves. So we'll bring in, pardon me. Indeedee's normal, so Fluttermane's Shadow Ball wouldn't do too much. Fake Out's not going to be useful here because of the surge, but it will be after Chien-Pao. But after Chien-Pao is done doing its thing, it's not going to really matter too much. We'll leave behind Urshifu and Iron Hands, and we'll bring in Tornadus, Chien-Pao, Fluttermane, and Dragonite. That's who we'll bring in. Let's see what happens. Match number 3. Let's go. Okay, Sylveon and Indeedee. Both shiny. That's cool. Second Surge comes up, which is totally fine. Now Taunt will not work on those two. Second T gets activated on Indeedee. Tornadus. Go ahead and get started off with Rain Dance. And let's go ahead and get rid of this field. And we'll go ahead and go right into the Sylveon slot, thinking that it's not going to be Follow Me. Ice Spinner, so no Follow Me is activated. We're going to drain the field from its weirdness and hit Sylveon for quite a bit of damage, which almost knocks out Chien-Pao, brings him down to his sash, and brings Tornadus to red. So about 80%. And Trick Room gets activated from Fluttermane, or from Indeedee. Okay. After this, we'll go ahead and I think Follow Me has a bigger thing. We'll Bleak Wind and we'll Sucker Punch Sylveon. Like, I need to be given an opportunity to swap the dimensions around. Since I wasn't able to stop Indeedee from using Trick Room, there's not a whole lot that I can do. What I can do right now is knock out Sylveon, so it can't use Hyper Voice. And I think Throat Spray was used when it did that. Sucker Punch goes into Sylveon, which will knock it out. So one of the main attackers is now down. And Skill Swap will be activated on Indeedee, which is totally fine. That's cool though. I wanted to know if that actually did work. Oh, you reprocced it. I see what you did there. That's neat. Oh, that's cool. I didn't think that the effects would activate again. That's dope. Okay, sent out your next Pokemon, which is Galarian Moltres. That's such a cool Pokemon. I'm so glad that they have it. I have mine. It's so dope. Okay, we're gonna Bleak Wind. And we would Sucker Punch normally, but it's not a good idea anymore. We're gonna Protect with Chien Pao because apparently... yeah. Apparently, if you skill swap, it activates the effect again, which is something I wasn't aware of, to be honest with you. So Tornadus will go down from Fiery Wrath. Chien Pao will be protected, so he's fine. And we'll go ahead and bring in Flutter Mane. Oops. I smacked my pop filter, I apologize. Flutter Mane's thing was heightened. We're going to Terra, and then we're going to go ahead and just start off with Trick Room. And then... I mean, Chien Pao is probably going to go down here, so I'll just Ice Spinner into the Moltres slot. I'm hoping with the Terra that Flutter Mane will live, but that is a helping hand entity doing a lot of damage. With skill swap, by the way. So, there's that. Helping hand. Fiery Wrath. Does nothing to the Flutter Mane, which is totally fine. Because Flutter Mane was just doing this. So now the dimensions return to normal. Dragonite will now come out. And he will have some fun. I'm going to use Imprison. So we do not have to worry about that ever again. And I'm going to Ice Spinner into the Galarian Moltres. I'm not going to Terra. Which is probably a terrible... Oh no, I can't Terra. I Terra'd Flutter Mane so that they'd survive Fiery Wrath. But I'm going to hit this Moltres for a lot. The dimensions are normal, so now I outspeed everything on the field, and I'm going to shut down some things that Entity could use. They're going to Terra. Most likely going to be the Galarian Moltres. And it is. Changing it to Poison. All right. Probably to negate the effects that could happen. Helping Hand goes into that slot. Imprison. Now stops Trick Room from being active. Ice Spinner will now go into Moltres, which will not knock it out, but gets really, really close. Berserk gets activated, so it gets one stage in special attack, and the weirdness now disappears. But now we have a Terra Blast right into the Flutter Mane, which is going to knock it out. Which in this case is totally fine. Rain stopped. We'll Ice Spinner into the Moltres slot because it's gonna knock. I'm gonna knock it out this time. Now, Entity could go for another Trick Room, right? It probably would not be as beneficial as they would hope, but it could be the thing that they go for. I don't know if they still have 4 Pokemon. I know that I'm down to my last one. Withdrew Entity, which is a good call. Sent out Zapdos. Okay. Ice Spinner will now go into Galarian Moltres, and now we're left to Galarian Moltres, or now left to Entity and Zapdos, and I am Dragonite with Multiscale. Now the thing is here that Sylveon's knocked out, Galarian Moltres is knocked out. I still have to deal with this Psychic Surge Entity that brings out its ability for the third time. And we'll have Skill Swap. But I'm going to go straight into the Zapdos, even though he's faster than I am. But I'm Choice Banded, and I'm going to get rid of that field from this Pokemon. Hopefully, I will still keep Multiscale active. Follow Me will activate, keeping them as the center of attention. So Ice Spinner will now go into that slot, which will not knock out Entity, but will take away the weirdness. And Zapdos now gets a free attack from Hurricane. Doesn't KO because of Multiscale, which lowers the damage by half. But we'll probably get the KO next turn. We'll give it a try. It's unlikely, but we'll give it a try. Follow Me. Ice Spinner into that slot. Knocks out Entity. All right, miss the Hurricane. Miss it? Nope. And you knock out. Not bad. I wish the Hurricane percentage would have hit in though. All right, next match is ready to go. We've got Iron Hands, Chien-Pao, Heatran, Fluttermane, Annihilate, and Cresselia. All right, so let's plan this out a little bit more accordingly, shall we? So we do have a couple of Pokemon in that lineup that are weak against some types of the team. I don't really have to worry about Trick Room as much from Fluttermane or maybe Cresselia, because it looks like they still have Fluttermane and Chien-Pao, so it's probably just a more offensive build overall. Should I be worried about going in with Dragonite Chien-Pao? I mean, it can't hurt, right? Yeah, we'll bring in Dragonite Chien-Pao, Iron Hands, and Fluttermane. That's who we'll bring in. We'll leave Tornadus and Urshifu in the back. Now, I know a lot in this video I'm leaving Urshifu alone just because of the fact that it's good. Don't get me wrong, it's good. I don't know if there's a way that I can save him. So I think if I do make any changes to the team, having someone with like the screens would be really, really beneficial, because then my team would be able to live a lot longer. And I wish Tornadus had screens, but he doesn't. Cresselia and Iron Hands on their side of the field versus Dragonite and Chien-Pao. Okay, so Extreme Speed gets trumped by Fake Out. But I can immediately go Stomping Tantrum against Iron Hands. Or I could just immediately apply pressure and just go Terranol Extreme Speed and start doing that nonsense. I think that might be what I want to do and go right into like the Cresselia, because Cresselia is kind of a Pokemon that I don't really like to fight against all the time. But we'll protect with Chien-Pao for the Fake Out on that potential side. They withdrew Cresselia, which is totally fine. Here comes Annihilate. So they kind of called my Extreme Speed. So that was a good switch-in option. Absolutely. Protect for the Fake Out possibility. Extreme Speed does not work against Annihilate. Drain Punch. Total read. Total read. To Extreme Speed into Iron Hands. Actually, I'm going to swap Dragonite now. Let's bring my own Fluttermane. And I'm going to just Ice Spinner into Annihilate. Most likely they do not have Fake Out, or they plan to have Fake Out but figured that that was the better option. I'm not 100% sure. But if it was another Drain Punch, it will not affect Fluttermane this time. But they withdrew Iron Hands. Bring out Cresselia. Okay. Ice Spinner will now go right into the Annihilate. Takes about to half. Drain Punch. Just everyone Drain Punching out here. Wow. That was a crit too. All of his HP is going to come back. Chien-Pao will live because of Focus Sash though, which isn't a huge surprise to anyone. Oh, he didn't recover all of his HP. That's interesting. But he does have leftovers. Okay. We'll go Shadow Ball into Cresselia. And I will protect with Chien-Pao. Okay, they're going to Terra. The Annihilate. Water. Yep. Protect. Shadow Ball. Boom. Oof. Special defense lower by Cresselia. Cresselia will use Icy Wind, which will not knock out Chien-Pao, but will do a decent amount of damage to Fluttermane. Oh, would if he didn't avoid it. Rage Fist now goes into Fluttermane, which will knock it out because it is Ghost. And Annihilate will now heal to full. Bring out Iron Hands now. And I will fake out Annihilate. And I'm gonna Sucker Punch? No. I think Fake Out should go onto the Cresselia. And I'm going to Sacred Sword? Yeah, Sacred Sword into Annihilate. Annihilate will protect, totally fine. Fake Out, right into Cresselia. Ah, hurt by Rocky Helmet. That's a lot of damage for a Rocky Helmet. That's a lot of damage for a Rocky Helmet. I'm gonna say that. Couldn't move due to the flinch. Thunder Punch over to the Annihilate. And Ice Spinner to Cresselia. Withdraw Annihilate. Bring out their Iron Hands. Shiny. Ice Spinner. To that slot. We'll knock out Cresselia. Chien-Pao goes down because of the Rocky Helmet. That's so big recoil. That's a huge recoil on Cresselia. Seriously. Thunder Punch. And I'll bring out Dragonite. It's the only one I have left. And they sent out Fluttermane. Oh, do they have 3? They do have 3. Oh, man. Heavy Slam on the Fluttermane. And Stomping Tantrum on the Iron Hands. Moonblast over to Dragonite, which is going to knock him out, which is unfortunate. Fluttermane's going to be faster. Like, there wasn't any way that I could deal with it. I could do a little bit of chip damage with, like, extreme speed. Drain. Ooh, their Iron Hands is faster than mine? I don't think I put any investment in speed, so I don't... That's not surprising not whatsoever. I'm just kind of like, okay. But Fluttermane will go down. Two fully healed Pokemon versus my half strength. I don't think it matters at this point, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, man. Oh, I didn't do too well today. Rage Fist. I don't even think it got any minuses from that, but that's okay. I'll have to see what my calcs are for Iron Hands. He might need some major improvements after today's battle. Oof. All right, next match is up. We've got Tornadus, Urshifu, Qianpao, Hisuian Arcanine. Sorry, eyes are having a little trouble adjusting. Dragonite and Fluttermane. So we do have almost the exact same team here, except for I carry Iron Hands, they carry Arcanine. So what do I want to bring in? Let's do Tornadus, Qianpao, Fluttermane. I want to bring in Urshifu, but I don't know if he's gonna... He will knock out Fluttermane. He won't do anything to Dragonite, at least not the first hit. Yeah, we'll bring in Urshifu. Yeah, we'll bring in Urshifu. It's about 50-50 at this point. Like, if they don't bring in their Urshifu, or if they bring in, like, Arcanine and stuff like that, he'll still be really, really good. But I have to decide who I'm gonna Terra first. And because I do have to deal with Qianpao possibly, it's gonna be really, really hard to pick who I want. But as long as I outspeed them, it should be fine. Tornadus and Fluttermane for their side versus Qianpao and Tornadus on my side. Lower down all of their stuff. We're going to go ahead and hit up with the Tailwind and then Ice Spinner into the Fluttermane slot. I want that Pokemon gone first. No Terrals on their side. No items for Fluttermane so far that I've seen. Ice Spinner will now go right into that slot. And we'll almost knock out the Fluttermane. It will survive, but Moonblast right into that slot. We'll do all the way down to its Sash. And Tornadus, what are you going to do? Bleak Wind? Bleak Wind. It's going to hit both. Brings my Tornadus down to half. And we'll knock out Fluttermane, which is totally fine. Totally fine with that outcome. Now I'll bring out Urshifu. I will Bleak Wind and Surging Strikes into Tornadus. They withdrew Fluttermane, which is why I didn't Aqua Jet there. Kind of saw that as an option, but we'll see what happens after this. They will summon out Dragonite next. Bleak Wind will now hit both, cracking Dragonite's multi-scale and dropping its speed. But Surging Strikes is going to knock out Tornadus. So Dragonite, now what are you going to do? Are you going to come out with Qianpao? Nope, their own Urshifu, which is Rapid Strike. That's probably an extreme speed. So I think Terra, Ghost into Bleak Wind, and then switch out to Fluttermane. Urshifu come back. Bring out my Fluttermane. Booster Energy now activates, making my speed really, really high. I think I have 614 right now with Tailwind active. To get rid of the possible extreme speed, we're going to Terra Ghost Tornadus so that I don't take any KOs this turn. Hopefully. Hopefully. They're also going to Terra. And it's going to be the Dragonite. And you are normal. Okay. Come on. Extreme speed isn't going to hurt anybody. I'm sorry to tell you that. Bleak Wind will now miss someone. Oh, both of them. Neat. Surging Strikes. It's now going to hit the Fluttermane, going to knock him out. Ah, son of a biscuits. Son of a biscuits. I was really hoping that I'd be able to at least hit one of them to knock him down. Not the case here. Okay, Bleak Wind again, and I'm gonna go ahead and protect Urshifu. Tailwind is still up. Gonna protect. Extreme speed into the protected slot. Saw that. Bleak Wind will hit both. We'll knock out their Urshifu, which is what I was hoping for in the beginning. If it hit last turn, that's what would have happened this turn. And my Tailwind's gone. Okay. We will go ahead and activate Tailwind again. And I'm going to Aqua Jet into Flutter Mane. Extreme Speed's gonna go off on the Urshifu will he'll survive, thankfully. Tailwind will now go off. Aqua Jet, boom. Okay, Tornadus, take us home. Battle is canceled. Whew, we went 1-4. Well, Pokefans, I hate to say it, but we took a horrendous beating today, but that's okay. It's all a good learning experience. We now know that some people are adding speed to Iron Hands so that they can outspeed us, which is totally fine. As the overly aggressive player at using Tailwind, I am totally okay with that. What I'm going to do after this video, though, is get all of my stats for all of my Pokemon and see what I would need to do to maybe outspeed some of the Iron Hands that are out there. So, JT, if you watch this video, I will be contacting you a lot about possible speed tiers that Iron Hands might be seen in the ladder. The couple that have been outspeeding me is totally fine. I expected that. I don't think I have any investment into speed, but I might need to now, depending on what happens forward. With that being said, however, there is other things that I will be addressing onto the team as well. Again, Flutter Mane having the access to like Helping Hand would be really, really helpful to like boost another Pokemon, especially when I'm trying to avoid moves like Sucker Punch, just giving my extra, hand to someone else. I don't want to change Dragonite. I think he's okay for the most part, but I will look at his EVs and see where I can maybe make like an offensive better spread for him. And then I think going from there, it's just kind of deciding whether I want Haze for Chi-Pow or just keep him as he is. It doesn't seem like a lot of the time that he's going to be able to survive a lot of moves, so I can either keep him as he is or try to make him bulky enough to survive attacks. But that's the question I pull off to you. What do you guys think? What are some of the builds that you would do for, like Chi-Pow? I know Haze is like something that was brought up yesterday, so let's have a more bigger discussion on why Haze is better than the movesets that I have. What movesets would you add for Flutter Mane? Or if you guys have any, I guess, hints or some suggestions on what I did for the first 4 games, it was kind of like off and on. But this is a humbling experience. Maybe I was just too high on my horse and was like, you know what? I'm really good at the game. I didn't think I was going to get this way. So probably like in the beginning of the video where it's like this. But now since I've been knocked down 4 games, maybe I have a little bit more of a different perspective. Who knows? Maybe Iron Hands just needs to get off Assault Vest and then have more investment into other things like maybe Protect, maybe Swords Dance. We did see that match with the Swords Dancing, like Iron Hands just being able to not only survive, but take games. So that's where I will leave this video off. So thank you all for watching. Again, do the YouTubey things by, liking the video if you like it, dislike it if you didn't, leave a comment down below. I do reply to any and all comments that you guys leave behind, and subscribe. We would like to try to hit 400 by the end of August, and it's only the 4th. So we're looking pretty good. And then we'll increase the goal if we meet it. With your guys' help, I'm pretty sure we will be able to do it. I do have a goal for the end of the year, which is to maybe hit 1,000. I think we can definitely hit that, but I need your guys' help indefinitely. But that's gonna be it for me today. Happy Friday, and I'll see you guys all again tomorrow. Till then, take care. Peace.